Hey, what's going on? It's Eric. I'm at work right now. It's kind of slow. I just got here. And I'm going to make a video today about tattoo machine coils. So it's going to be a tattoo video. So if you follow for prepping and I'm into tattoo machines, and you could skip it. But tattoo machine coils here. So coils, obviously, are these things right here. All right, so you got different size coils. You know, it's like a personal preference. Coils. Usually there's 8 wrap and 10 wrap coils. And let's see, what can you say about coils here? So I got notes here too, because I forget. I start saying stuff and I forget. Yeah, I'm a special person, but so I write stuff down. I'm over 50, man. You gotta bear with me. All right, so 8 wrap coils. All right, it's obvious 10 wrap coils are stronger than 8 wrap coils, but 8 wrap coils need less power to run than 10 wraps, because the 10 wraps, they're stronger, but they need more electricity to reach that potential. So if you hooked up a machine, same machines, let's say one with 8 wraps, one with 10 wraps, and you set your voltage to, I don't know, I don't have a voltage meter, so I just go by sound, but let's say you set it to, I don't know, 8 volts, and the machine is running good at 8 volts, you know, that everything, you know, the spring tension and point gap has a lot to do with that too. But let's say everything's set up the same, the only difference are the coils. So you put on 8 volts and the machine's running good. You hook up your 10 wrap machine, you plug it in, it's not going to run as strong, because the 10 wraps need more power to reach the magnetism of the 8 wraps. But they'll be stronger. If you crank it up, the 10 wraps will be stronger, and you know, than the 8 wraps. So if you basically ran the 10 wrap machine at a certain voltage, let's say at 12 volts, and you hook up the 8 wrap coils, the machine is going to scream, and it's going to be running too strong. And also the 8 wraps tend to get hotter because you know, if you put too much power through them, they'll get hot. So that's kind of like why I like 10 wraps, because they don't get as hot. I used to have a machine that used to burn my hand. The thing got so hot. But that was when I first started. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but it just kind of steered me away from like small coils. Another reason why they get hot is what's called a duty cycle, which is how long the coils are staying on for, which has to do with your rear spring tension. So if you have strong tension in the back here, it's going to push up on the armature bar. So you have the front spring kind of gives. So when the coils go on, it's going to pull it down, and they're going to stay on longer because they're still making contact. So they're going to stay on longer, which is going to result in the coils heating up, because they're going to, you know, stay on longer. Obviously, because if you turn the coils on, let's say you held this here, so the coils stay magnetized, these things are going to get really hot. So if your machine's getting hot, you might have too much tension on the rear spring. You got to check that. And see what else we got here. Another reason would be the yoke. You see, this machine doesn't need a yoke because it's a iron frame. But if you have, if you have a brass frame, you need a yoke, which is this piece of metal right here under the coils, because it creates like a horseshoe magnet. See what I'm saying? So if your yoke is too thin, they're going to get hot. If you don't have a yoke on a brass frame or a non-ferrous frame, this is a ferrous metal, steel, iron, it's going to get hot. I shouldn't really say ferrous frame, because if you have a stainless steel frame, you need a yoke. even on stainless steel. It's got to be iron. It's got to be low carbon steel or iron to not need a yoke. And the yoke actually should be the same density as the coil cores. You know, if it's too thin or too small, it's going to heat up. You know, it could be bigger or the same density, you know. So this is, you know, the same density. I never had a problem with this machine. And, you know, so it runs good. Yeah, I got a nice fucking ink stain on this freaking thing. Yeah, leave the comments. Say, oh man, your fucking machine's dirty. You know, fuck you. That's what I got to say about that. But, so that's it for that. And, let's see. Aluminum frames also need a yoke. Let's see. With the coils also, if you're building machines, you want the coils to be as far forward as possible without interfering with your tube vise. You know what I mean? So the coil can't overhang over your tube vise, but you want them as far forward as you can get them. And, you know, because you don't want them back here because, you know, they're doing more work up here. It's where you need it. And then you see, you know, also you see machines sometimes with different size coils, which I always thought was pretty stupid because you have to, like a smaller coil in the back and a big coil in the front, you have to crank up the power for that front coil to reach its potential to pull the armature bar down, which is also making the rear coil, the smaller coil, stronger with the less power because it's a smaller coil. And it's going to heat up. The rear coil is going to get hot. So I don't know. I never understood those machines that have different size coils. It's ridiculous. I guess they're cool looking, but they're not practical. And I don't know. Let me see. I guess that's about it, man. Let's see. I talked about duty cycle, rear spring tension. Yeah, so I guess that's about it. Who's this coming? Nobody. Good. All right. So I think my next video about tattooing is going to be about either frame geometry or needles. I don't know which one I'll do first, but I guess you'll find out. And I guess that's about it. I'll talk to you later.